It was a routine flight, or so it seemed. A journey that had been made countless times before, without incident. Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370, a Boeing 777, departed Kuala Lumpur at 12:41 a.m. on March 8, 2014, its destination, Beijing, China. The night was calm, and the skies were clear. On board were 227 passengers from 15 nations and a crew of 12 Malaysians. Families, business travelers, and adventurers, all with their own stories and destinations. The plane, a marvel of modern aviation, was expected to arrive at its destination 6 hours later, but it never did. The journey that began with such promise would end in mystery. MH370 disappeared from radar screens less than an hour after takeoff. One moment it was there, the next it was gone. No distress signals, no mayday calls, no wreckage. The silence was deafening, and the absence of any trace was chilling. It was as if the plane had simply vanished into thin air. An entire aircraft, along with its passengers and crew, gone without a trace. The disappearance of MH370 remains one of the most perplexing mysteries in aviation history. Experts and amateurs alike have speculated endlessly, but no definitive answers have emerged. The world watched, stunned, as days turned into weeks, weeks into months, and months into years. The search efforts were unprecedented, spanning vast areas of ocean and involving numerous countries. The lack of answers only deepened the mystery. Each new theory seemed to raise more questions than it answered. The vanishing of MH370 has haunted the world ever since, a stark reminder of the capricious nature of fate and the enduring power of the unknown. It stands as a testament to the limits of human knowledge and the vast, uncharted territories that still exist in our world. The flight crew, led by Captain Zahari Ahmad Shah, was experienced and well-respected. They had a reputation for their meticulous attention to detail and unwavering commitment to safety. Shah, a 53-year-old veteran pilot with over 18,000 flight hours, was known for his professionalism. His colleagues often spoke of his calm demeanor and exceptional flying skills, which had earned him numerous accolades over the years. He was joined by First Officer Farik Abdul Hamid, 27, who was completing his training on the Boeing 777. Despite his youth, Farik was eager and showed great promise, having already logged significant flight hours under the guidance of seasoned pilots. The passengers were a mix of nationalities and backgrounds. Each had their own story, their own reason for being on this flight. Among them were Chinese calligraphers returning from a cultural exchange, their minds filled with memories of shared art and new friendships. A couple celebrating their long-awaited honeymoon, looking forward to a romantic getaway that they had been planning for months. And families traveling for work or leisure, some with children excited about the adventure ahead, others simply looking forward to reuniting with loved ones. As MH370 climbed to its cruising altitude of 35,000 feet, everything seemed normal. The engines hummed steadily, and the aircraft smoothly ascended into the clear skies. The initial leg of the journey, over the familiar airspace of the Malay Peninsula, was uneventful. The crew and passengers settled into the routine of the flight, with some passengers dozing off while others watched movies or read books. The flight crew made routine contact with air traffic control, ensuring that all protocols were followed. The mood on board was likely a blend of anticipation and quiet relaxation, as everyone settled in for the journey ahead, unaware of the mystery that would soon unfold. At 1:19 a.m., as MH370 approached Vietnamese airspace, something strange happened. The plane's transponder, which transmits its location and altitude, went silent. Air traffic control in Kuala Lumpur attempted to contact the pilots, but there was no response. MH370 had vanished from radar. Initial attempts to locate the plane were met with confusion. Vietnamese air traffic control didn't raise the alarm until nearly an hour after MH370's last contact. Precious time was lost as authorities struggled to comprehend the situation. The lack of a distress signal or any indication of a problem only deepened the mystery. As the hours passed and the world began to grasp the enormity of the situation, a glimmer of hope emerged. Military radar data from Malaysia showed that MH370 had deviated significantly from its planned flight path. The data indicated that the plane had turned west, flown back over the Malay Peninsula, and then south towards the vast expanse of the Indian Ocean. This revelation, while baffling, offered a potential clue to the plane's whereabouts. However, the military radar data was limited and provided only a fragmented picture of MH370's final hours. The question remained, why had the plane deviated from its course, and where was it ultimately headed? The search for MH370 quickly escalated into one of the largest and most complex in aviation history. Countries from around the world, including Malaysia, China, Australia, the United States, and Vietnam, deployed ships and aircraft to scour the suspected crash zone in the southern Indian Ocean. The search area was vast, covering thousands of square miles of remote and unforgiving ocean. Despite the massive international effort, weeks turned into months with no sign of the missing plane. The families of those on board endured an agonizing wait, clinging to hope while grappling with the growing likelihood that their loved ones were gone. As the search continued, investigators analyzed the limited data available from MH370's final hours. A breakthrough came with the discovery of faint pings detected by a satellite. These pings, automatically transmitted by the plane's engine, suggested that MH370 had flown for hours after its last communication with air traffic control. The satellite data pointed to a chilling possibility. MH370 had flown south for hours, far off course, until it ran out of fuel and crashed somewhere in the remote southern Indian Ocean. This scenario, while terrifying, was supported by the available evidence. The lack of a definitive cause for MH370's disappearance fueled intense speculation and a multitude of theories. Some experts suggested a catastrophic mechanical failure, such as a sudden decompression or an electrical fire, could have disabled the plane and incapacitated the crew. Others pointed to the possibility of human error, perhaps a navigation mistake or a deliberate act by one or both pilots. The lack of a distress call and the deliberate nature of the plane's course change, as suggested by the radar data, lent credence to theories involving pilot involvement. The pilot hero or hijacker? Much of the speculation surrounding MH370 centered on Captain Zahari Ahmad Shah. Some investigators theorized that Shah, a skilled pilot with extensive knowledge of the Boeing 777, could have deliberately hijacked the plane. Motives ranging from political protest to personal problems were considered. However, no concrete evidence emerged to support the hijacking theory. Shah's family and friends vehemently denied any suggestion that he would intentionally harm his passengers or crew. They described him as a loving family man and a dedicated pilot. Unanswered questions, unending grief. Despite years of searching and countless hours of investigation, the disappearance of MH370 remains an unsolved mystery. The lack of a definitive explanation has only compounded the grief and anguish of the families of the 239 people who vanished that night. The families have endured unimaginable pain, left to cope with the loss of their loved ones without the closure that comes with understanding what happened. Their unwavering pursuit of answers has kept the MH370 tragedy in the public eye, demanding accountability and demanding that the world never forget. A legacy of loss, lessons unlearned, the disappearance of MH370 exposed vulnerabilities in global aviation safety and security protocols. The tragedy prompted calls for improved aircraft tracking systems, enhanced pilot training, and better mental health support for aviation professionals. While some changes have been implemented, the aviation industry still grapples with the challenge of preventing another MH370. The enduring mystery serves as a stark reminder of the importance of continuous improvement in aviation safety and the need to address any potential weaknesses in the system. MH370, an enduring enigma. The mystery of Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 continues to fascinate and haunt the world. It vanished without a trace, leaving behind countless questions and a void that has yet to be filled. It stands as a chilling reminder of the vastness and power of the ocean and the limits of human understanding. The ocean, with its uncharted depths and hidden secrets, holds on to MH370's fate tightly. Despite the passage of time, the disappearance of MH370 serves as a poignant reminder of the fragility of life and the importance of cherishing every moment. Each sunset over the ocean is a silent tribute to those who were lost. The search for answers may never truly end. Dedicated teams have scoured vast areas of the ocean, driven by the hope of uncovering the truth. The families of those lost deserve closure, and the world deserves to know what happened to MH370. Their pain and longing for answers resonate deeply with all of us. Perhaps one day the wreckage will be found, and the mystery will be solved. Advanced technology and relentless determination may eventually lead us to the answers we seek. Until then, MH370 will remain an enduring enigma, a ghost flight forever etched in our collective memory. It is a story of loss, hope, and the unyielding human spirit in the face of the unknown.